By the end of the day, he couldn't speak.
I've never played so much guitar in my life. Yeah, they were literally just handing me, they're like, here, do some acoustics, use this Strat, here's a Les Paul, and I was like, okay, and I was just like playing random parts, and by the end, I've never played that much guitar. So Taking Me Away was the culmination of the Love trilogy, and we started with Peace and Darkness, and then Fall was next, and both examined love from their own respective standpoints, and then Taking Me Away was to look at love as when you find it, when it's the real deal, when it's good. It's kind of the positive song in the trilogy a little bit. So that was the inspiration behind that song first and foremost. It started actually with a riff written by my friend Dan Yeomans, and I was in a band with Dan back when we were in high school, and it was around 2012 or so that Dan played me this riff. And I really liked it, and he played it on the bass. Dan was the bass player in the band, and he played me this do boo doo boo doo boo doo doo boo doo doo, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of dig that. And he's like, hey, maybe you can write some lyrics to that, and we can write a song. And lo and behold, before I could do that, the band broke up, and I had no band for a number of years. But that riff was always in my head, and I was thinking, I gotta write something with that because that's very catchy. And eventually, one day, I think I was in the shower, and I just got this that came right to my head, and I was like, holy shit, and I dried off really quick, and I got out and I recorded that just on my cell phone as fast as I can. And then soon after that, I kind of got the verse lyrics written and kind of had a rough structure that I went out and played in various arrangements and formats with versions of Havens starting in early 2017. And then I took it to Ian in, I think it was January 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I played kind of the version that I had for Ian. And then he kind of arranged it and chopped it up in certain ways to make it more single-worthy, I suppose. But for the most part, this one, Ian, your philosophy was to kind of leave it as it was because you wanted to leave it untouched for your own reasons.
Yeah, we just came off recording Fall, and that was a really fun song to record, and we were feeling really good about ourselves. You particularly, I think, were coming into your own, especially in terms of recording. And because there was already so much of the song established and we were on such a high, it was very easy to just kind of walk into the studio and just kind of, let's not mess around too much with the song. Let's just put it down and capture it, which I think he did a fantastic job of. By this point, it's our third song in the Love Trilogy EP, and we kind of figured out a working relationship by this point. We knew how we like to track drums. We already had them done previously by Tim Oxford. He did all 3 songs in one take. So we already had the drums in place. Myself as a bass player, it was easy for me to just sit down one night and lay down the bass line to establish the rhythm section. And then when Andrew shows up, the rhythm section's in place. So for him, it's just a matter of grabbing the right guitar, choosing the right tone on the amp, right pedal, whatever sound that we're going for.
And we really went to town when it came to guitars and pedals for this song. What was it, 36 or 32 guitars I think we laid down on this song?
We did them in one day, I think.
A 12-hour session. Yeah.
For me, it was almost an 18-hour day. Our engineer, Renee, and myself had a really fun time. Just like, Andrew, try this. Here's an acoustic. Here's an electric. By the end of the day, he couldn't speak.
I've never played so much guitar in my life. Yeah, they were literally just handing me, they're like, here, do some acoustics, use this Strat, here's a Les Paul, and I was like, okay, and I was just like playing random parts, and by the end, I've never played that much guitar in a day.
No, in my life. And I did that on purpose. It sounds kind of crazy, but Andrew at times can be a bit methodical, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a real strength of his, but at times he may overthink a part, and I wanted to capture total spontaneity at times. We did that in Fall with his solo, and it turned out to be one of his favorite things about the song Fall. So I go, if we did that with the solo and got a great result, I bet you we can do that times 10 with all the tracks. Let's just get you flowing, get in the moment, and you're vibing that day. You're on fire.
Well, the hope with Taking Me Away is that you've got this really bouncy beat, this catchy riff, this kind of upbeat message, and it's just supposed to be a fun spring, summer kind of dance indie rock song, like a lot along the lines of what a band like the Arkells or Always, or like any good indie rock, indie pop band would do. So that was kind of what I was trying to achieve with this song, and it's a message of positivity. It's one of leaving a past negative experience, negative relationship behind, and getting excited about entering a new blossoming relationship. And it's funny because the trilogy kind of lined up with my own experiences as I released things. By the time Taking Me Away came out, I met the current girlfriend that I'm with now, and we're having a great time with it. So it was amazing that it kind of lined up so perfectly with my own experiences. But that's kind of what I hope for other people to take away, is some positivity about love and relationships from this.
And I think that opening riff really establishes it. It's just fun. That do 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 do, like it's just bouncy. It gives you that kind of excited feeling.
Yeah.
Like the music, the lyrics, everything really speaks to what Andrew's just saying.
She laughs at everything I say. I know you'll treat me better. She said she'd kiss it all away.